Hello, good morning. Today we are going to present on fake news versus real news. We know that the fake news is creating a lot of trouble in the country and also throughout the world. People are believing that what is flown on social media is true and they're taking actions. That's why it's very important for all of us to be very careful, very critical before accepting any information which is flown on social media or coming to us. In fact, there are four categories of fake news. Some are actually satire or comedy sites, which are providing the information and making the critical comments on policies and society, and very potential to show that is a real news. Some of the misleading information are potentially unreliable information. Some are clickbait, why headlines on social media. Some are actually distorted information. It is flown on social media, decontextualized and dubious information, uh, and it is mostly shared on social media. So people will generate likes, shares, and generate profit. In fact, the professor Zimdars of Myrick College, US, is saying that there are four kind of fake news generally flown on the social media. There was a research in US by a group who is providing that this is a very serious problem in the US, and people are in fact having some problem of because of the fake news, and feels that it is creating a lot of trouble in US because of the fake news. They say that healthcare cost, people feel that 78% will feel that it is a problem. Illegal drug use, they feel 70% as a problem, but even 63% people feel that disinformation in the news is a serious problem. Misinformation in news is felt that 65% serious problem. In fact, a lot of efforts are going on that how to avoid that people should not flow and stop sending all these kind of information on social media. But I think we have to be very careful to ourselves that whether we should believe or not believe. Generally, in India, we feel that words of mouth is the main source for the false information. But from 1995, once we got the internet in India, and then after that, there's a lot of development in the social media. Now, what is happening? People are using social media as a platform for flowing the fake information. They flow edited videos, memes, unverified advertisements, and social media propaganda, rumors, all are flowing. In fact, in 2018, 20 people killed because of the misinformation flown on social media. Ramsas Cleese Nielsen, director at Reuters Institute for Study of Journalism, thinks that problems of disinformation in a society like India might be more sophisticated and more challenging than they are in the West. In India, we have 23 crore people using the WhatsApp, and WhatsApp has become the main platform for sharing the wrong information. And serious part is that people in India believe that whatever is coming to social media in WhatsApp, it is true, without any verification, without any the information check. They would like to forward. In fact, in earlier days, it was 100% you can forward some information, but now then government taken action and then inform the WhatsApp company. Now only five people you can forward an information. It happened because just to avoid the and it's on check of the sharing of the fake information. In fact, due to COVID-19, there's a most of the people, they were trying to follow the wrong information, fake information. In fact, the Prime Minister came forward on 7th March 2020, Mr. Narendra Modi, and appealed to the people that please do not believe on the rumors relevant to pandemic. And there was a government notification that anybody sharing any information regarding the COVID-19, this should be properly verified, properly checked. If anybody is sharing the wrong information, government will take very serious action. The Press Information Bureau brought out a fact check on 24th March that stories about a financial emergency being imposed in India are fake. In fact, there are 400 Indian scientists. They are working very seriously from 14th April 2020 to check that anybody is sharing the health related information of COVID-19 should be true. Nobody will share the false information. And also they are working on that whether uh, uh, eating non-vegetarian food is risky for coronavirus. Can cow urine or cow dung protect you from the coronavirus? Do Indians have better immune system against coronavirus? These are not true. Most likely, these are the false information. And I'm sure that these 400 scientists who are working on this, they'll be able to check and provide the true picture about all these questions. We should be very careful about the real news because we have a right to get the real information, true information, and also we should be able to take the proper decision because for any decision making, the real information will be kind of the basic norm to take a decision. So if you believe in the wrong information, depending on that, if you take any decision, you will be in a serious problem in future. And also the fake news can hurt you. What I feel, even if we are going to get a fake news, it is just like insult to us. So that's why everybody should take responsibility not to share the fake information. And also government should also come forward very seriously, try to check all those websites, those resources who are trying to provide the fake information. There are purveyors of the fake medical device like Mercola.com and naturalnews.com help the perpetrators to provide a myth like HIV and AIDS are not related or that vaccine cause autism. These sites are heavily visited and their lies are dangerous for the people at large. In fact, there are more websites like Politicalo, AmericanNews.com, there is a ConsciousLifeNews.com, there is Countdown to ZeroTime.com, bipartisanreport.com, the freethoughtproject.com, christwire.org, theonion.com. These are a lot of websites which is providing the fake information. People should be very careful before believing on these the resources and reading and sharing any information. Real news can benefit we all because in any research paper, any work is very important. We must cite proper information. Even in fact, in your research work, your supervisor must ask that what is the source of information. You have to cite. In fact, during the election time, we have seen the Cambridge case where the lot of issues arose regarding the sharing of the election during the election regarding the people's feeling, the choice, and through social media, people try to change their flavor. That is the more serious part of the misuse of social media. So if you're going to participate in election, you should be definitely trying to find out the real picture about the your candidate. So you'll be able to take a proper decision that who is able to provide you support, who is able to see your feelings, your ideas, and who can be your leader. But because of the fake news, wrong information, and by changing your flavor on social media, you may be taking a wrong decision that will be providing very serious challenge for you in future. So there are a lot of resources which are very reliable, but mostly these are paid resources. They are subscriber. They have to subscribe. These are like New York Times, Washington Post, the Boston Globe, the Wall Street Journal, Forbes, the Atlantic, Al Jazeera, National Public Radio, the Christian Science Monitor, PBS NewsHour, the Economist, the Pew Research Center, Democracy Now, as well as various local resources. So there are a lot of resources we can really find out and believe. So what I suggest before going to any unknown resource, unknown site, better to go and see the news and cross-check to the resources which are very well known, people know and believe. By Craig Timberg, Ellen Nakashima, and Tony Rome in the Washington Post on March 16, 2020 said that misleading text messages claiming that President Trump was going to announce a national emergency, national quarantine, buzzed into cell phones across the country over the weekend, underscoring how rapidly false claims are spreading. And how often it is happening beyond the familiar misinformation vehicles of Facebook and Twitter. So that's why we are susceptible to fake news, but for different reasons. In fact, we all are motivated to believe fake news and dismiss real news that contradicts our ideologies. So that's why we have to also play a very strong role that we have to condemn and we have to disregard any fake news, whether it is actually satisfying our norms or not. If anything fake, fake is fake. If we should not see that whether it is supporting our ideology or not. We have to condemn, we have to disregard, we have to take action against the fake news. So I thank you all for listening and to my channel. Please subscribe, please like it. We will be also providing you a lot of videos, and also already we are running the blogs, we are having the papers, slides on the internet. Please go on search on Google by Technolist. You will get a lot of resources. And this channel, through this channel, we are going to provide a lot of videos in future. Please also share with your friends for their benefits. So thank you all of you. Namaskar. Allah Hafiz. I wish you all the best. Please take care of yourself, your health, your family. I thank you all for listening very carefully to my video. Thank you all of you.